VLAP sampling training video. This video will guide you through the process of collecting water quality samples at your lake and tributaries. But first, a few things we need to discuss before heading out onto the lake. Safety is our #1 priority. Before going out on the water, what are some things we need to consider? If the weather forecast calls for thunderstorms, should we sample?
No!
If the forecast calls for severe rain, wind, waves, or fog, should you sample?
No! Always check the weather before you sample and never sample in unsafe conditions. Sampling in the light to moderate rain is okay, but never during thundering and lightning.
That's right, and if you need to cancel and reschedule your sample day, just contact the lab coordinator and let them know. Now that we've talked a bit about weather, remember, always sample with a partner. Sampling alone can be dangerous if you fall overboard or if you slip and fall while trying to collect a tributary sample.
Also, remember to dress appropriately for weather conditions, and don't forget to apply sunscreen before heading out.
Great reminder, and don't forget to be safe while collecting those tributary samples. Wear a safety vest if sampling along the road or during hunting season. If there's a hard to reach location, you could use a sampling pole.
You mean one of these?
Exactly! And you can borrow one from us, or you can make your own.
Don't forget to apply insect repellent to protect against ticks and mosquitoes.
And be aware of poison ivy or other types of vegetation that can cause skin irritation.
Now that we've made sure our sampling is safe, what's next?
Talk about sampling reminders. Let's talk about quality control. This ensures that the data collected are of the highest quality and that the data are okay to use in assessing lake health.
What do you mean by quality control?
It's important that you sample at the same location every time and that you follow the same sampling procedures. If not, the data might not be representative of current conditions. In this case, we would invalidate the data.
How would you know if samplers follow the correct quality control procedures?
Great question. When samples are delivered to the lab, staff check the samples and field paperwork and complete a checklist that asks several questions to make sure proper procedures were followed. If proper techniques weren't followed, samples could be rejected for analysis.
What happens if this information is missing?
Well, we'll ask the person who delivered the samples or contact the volunteer via phone or email to get the information and remind them to properly complete the paperwork next time. Remember to bring your field manual and sampling checklist with you. This will help you to remember all the procedures and ensure they are followed.
Will do. Now let's get sampling.
Wait, one last thing. Let's talk about how to label your sample bottles. Please label them with the lake name and town, as well as the station they were collected at, the date and the time that they were collected.
What else do we need beside bottles to sample?
Consult your field manual for a checklist of items to bring with you. Let's run through the checklist. The basic set of equipment includes a camera bottle and messenger, a calibrated chain, rope or line, a Secchi disc and a view scope, a bucket and integrated tube, a depth finder. If you're interested, we also have a dissolved oxygen and temperature meter that you can borrow. And finally, you'll need a cooler with ice to keep your samples cold. The best part is that we have these new cooler bags so you can pick up your bottles and drop them off in this new bag. Once you've compiled your equipment and paperwork, it's time to get on the boat and get going. Make sure you have your life vests and an anchor with enough line to anchor at the deep spot.